Welcome. It's time for a Bitcoin update because we do have a shift in the behavior here and something to be very cautious about. I'm thinking that we will very likely see at least another significant downside move. So I want everyone to kind of be aware. And I'll talk about why that's the case, showing some other examples of the same setup that we're seeing right now. The break in bullish structure, we're now shifted into bear structure on this time frame, and going to talk about kind of what to look for, what to watch out for, and what's going to be kind of the likely scenario now that we have this shift that I'm about to cover here. Quick shout out first to my affiliate exchange Bitfinex. These guys are no KYC, no VPN, so anyone in the world can use them. Even if you're geo restricted from most exchanges, you can still use Bitfinex. They're allowing everyone. Plus, they have new user bonuses. Check out my affiliate link if you're interested. They are a crypto exchange. They have proof of reserves. I made sure they showed those to me before I accepted their affiliate commission offer. So let's cover this setup here. What is going on with Bitcoin? Well, we were looking fine throughout this uptrend here, and you can see that we were creating a series of higher highs and higher lows, holding the bullish structure pretty well. And then what we got here was a breakdown in the structure. So we can see this was our bull structure. Then we broke to the upside there on close, which then created a new bullish structure high here. This can be updated. And then we simply needed to hold this level right here in order to maintain the bullish structure and the uptrend. But we failed to do so. And we did so at the worst possible place, which is the higher time frame range highs where we've seen many other rejections from throughout this 8-month range here. So very kind of bad look here right at the moment. We pushed under that 50 EMA, so we can see a clear shift in behavior here, which means it's very likely we are getting started on a downtrend here. Now, how far it goes down, that is to be determined, but I'm thinking at least something similar to this, where we break down in the structure, consolidate around the 50, and then at least get a couple follow through moves, something like this. So that would then look something like this. So maybe we go up again, come down, take out some lows, and then best case scenario, we continue higher from there, but gonna have to kind of wait and see how things form as we go lower, if we do so. Now, kind of the flip side of this bearish look here would be if we do reclaim that high and get back into bullish structure. Okay, so this high here currently is the high to take out in order to flip back into bullish structure. But right now, this is our bear range. So outlined by these red lines, that's our bearish range. So it could make sense to pull back anywhere throughout this range and still be bearish. So even if we came back up, let's say to 68,400, around that 618, even 68.9, 69,000, still going to be in that more bearish scenario there with the bearish structure that we're seeing since we lost the uptrend here. Now, we can also go out to a higher time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour, where we do see that we have come down to the 50. We also are still in bullish structure on the 4-hour time frame. So this is kind of our line in the sand right here. Closing below this level would not be good at all, because then we'd be in both bearish structure 4-hour and bearish structure hourly. We're already bear on hourly right now, so just something to be cautious about right now. And I want to go through some of the other times where we saw this same setup. And mind you, we are at the range highs here, the place where you would expect, the most likely rejection point. So that's why this is not looking so great. And we've consolidated around and under the 50 EMA here, reset on our stochastic RSI, 2 hours, similar story here, consolidating under that 50, resetting stochastic RSI while making a lower high on our price. So let's go over to some of these other times where we pushed under the 50 EMA, like this and then consolidated, what happened next after losing our hourly bull structure. So here's one example right here. So we kind of broke under, consolidated, followed through. Again, go from our uptrend, break under, then the consolidation under the 50 with the resets on stochastic, follow through to the downside. So expecting another push like this or this is going to be kind of what I'm thinking right at this moment. We can see here we did push under, but the difference was we didn't lose the structure. So we maintained our structure here. So we want to look at times where we did lose our structure and also pushed under. So again, similar kind of scenario here is where we push down under that 50 EMA, consolidate, pull back, reset things, and then follow through to the downside out of that. All looking very similar to our current scenario. And in this one, we didn't lose structure. So we continue higher. This one here, again, similar story, push down, lose the structure here. And then we see the consolidation that looks very similar to what we're seeing right now. Resetting, stochastic RSI overbought, and then falling through to the downside. We did a smaller one right here. So best case scenario, we do something like this right at this moment. I mean, of course, this can always fail. We can go straight up, but I'm just saying, we're at the range highs and we're getting a breakdown consolidation under that 50 or into the 50 after breaking down. So it's pretty likely we see somewhat of a follow through as we've seen happen quite a few times. Where we just break down, pull back under that 50 or into the 50, and then follow through to the downside. So it's just looking very similar to a lot of these other breakdowns, the beginnings of them. So just something to be cautioned about if you're thinking about longing this. I'm thinking this looks much more bearish and like we're going to be following through. And kind of a logical target for me would be around 64.7, this next untapped low, just taking it one leg at a time. And then, if we continue down, we take out that low and then we just consolidate there sideways. We don't want to see us just hold onto that 50, keep consolidating and following through. That's going to be pretty bad. And then we're going to start targeting more untapped lows down here, until we flip back into bullish structure. So that's kind of the idea right now, is just going to be waiting until we get back into bullish structure. Otherwise, going to keep targeting these lows until we flip back bullish. Because this is looking pretty toppy here with the way that this set up. And this was a very clean setup here with the way that we put in this structure with these higher lows and higher highs. And then just the clean break of the structure, nice consolidation, resetting things. You can see on the 2 hour as well with the reset here on our stochastic RSI while making a lower high. So here we reset back to the overbought there on this, but with a much lower high on the price, which normally kind of signals more times than not that, we're going to see another follow through move. And, no one knows how big that follow through move might be, or, no one knows, we won't just go straight to the upside. But I'm just saying that based on the most probable scenario here, that's going to be continuation to the downside. So being cautious here, especially if you are trading on leverage and, just practice good risk management. If you have a system that works and it told you to long here, then I see nothing wrong with that. It's just being cautious, saying that, this is the setup, and not denying that this looks pretty bearish right at this moment. So just something to be mindful of. That's going to pretty much cover it for Bitcoin right now. Just kind of a shorter term outlook based on this current setup that we've seen here. And then still, these higher time frames, they're still all bullish, weekly time frame, daily. So I'm not saying I'm long-term bearish, expecting that we're just going to go to, a way down to 40K or something, but we can talk about that if we start really pushing down here, breaking down. But right at this moment, just talking about shorter term, looking pretty bearish, and just if you're a leverage trader, to be a bit cautious out there. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking for the most likely next immediate move is we're going to see another one of these, something reminiscent of this type of follow through here, this type of follow through here, or some of those other ones that I showed where we get these pushes down after the breakdown of our structure and losing the 50 EMA with that consolidation under it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Don't really need to say much more about it. Hopefully you can see that perspective. Even if you're bullish, you can't, you should be able to admit that it's a pretty valid thing to be cautious about here. So that's it. Thanks guys for watching. Have a great day.